If you're keeping a rating service diary, please note you're watching Fox 11 WVAH-TV.
This is a Fox News update. An American diplomat was kidnapped in Yemen, just south of Saudi Arabia. His name is Haynes Mahoney. The State Department had no idea why he would be kidnapped. In Jerusalem, Israeli troops killed a militant Palestinian leader in the fury over the Israeli-PLO peace agreement. Hundreds of children, women, and old folks were left confused, some in tears, when a plan to evacuate them from a war zone in Sarajevo fell through. They couldn't get a military escort. This has been a Fox News update.
It's Fox 11 Eyewitness News at 10. Your news starts now.
A spectacular entrance from our commander-in-chief as he takes the stage in Raleigh County. Our top story tonight, a stump stop right here in West Virginia as the race for the White House continues. Good evening, everyone. I'm Deborah Lenz.
And I'm Rick Lord. Thanks for joining us. For the first time ever, a sitting president visits Beckley, West Virginia. This afternoon, President Bush spoke at the Raleigh County Armory. It was a confident and relaxed president who walked into the Civic Center with sleeves rolled up in an entrance more closely resembling a wrestling match than a political speech. He began by reaffirming the Republican ticket and hit on most issues important to West Virginians, all the while getting in some verbal jabs at his rival.
George Bush and Dick Cheney are ready to lead this country for 4 more years.
Coming up on Eyewitness News, watch out for high water.
Once this is gone, we have really nowhere to go.
Neighborhoods all across the area are flooded. One Kanawha County family shows us the damage done to their home. Closed roads.
I didn't know that flooded usually.
Flooding closes down roadways where you need to stay away from. The snow is piling up, where we're seeing the snowfall and how much is on the way.
Eyewitness News this morning on Fox 11 starts right now.
Coming up on Fox 11's Eyewitness News this morning, less than a week to go before the presidential election, where the candidates are headed in these final days and the impact of early voting. And a heated contest in our area. We hear from both candidates in the U.S. Senate race in Kentucky. And good Wednesday morning. Thanks for starting your day with us here on Fox 11. We have Jennifer McAndrews broadcasting from home, and we also have Kate Nagel with traffic, and Brandon Stover has a look at our forecast for this Wednesday. Good morning, Brandon.
Good morning, Dave. We're starting pretty mild this morning in the low to mid 50s. That's not too bad for this time of the year, this time of the day, but you still may need a...
Right now on Eyewitness News, a judge found dead.
He was a man that was, the law was his life. He was always working very hard to make the system better.
The sad circumstances surrounding the sudden death of recently retired Judge O.C. Spalding. Another young life taken too soon.
One day our time will come and be there, standing at the gates waiting for us.
How students are remembering one of their own and leaning on each other. Plus, the best gift a girl can get.
I mean, this is the best gift I could have gotten.
How one doll made this Christmas the most memorable one ever for a West Virginia girl.
A few scattered snow showers for tonight. I'll let you know how long they'll be around.
West Virginia's source for news. Eyewitness News starts right now.
Good evening, I'm Rick Lord.
And I'm Callie Cart. This is Eyewitness News. First on Fox tonight, some sad news to pass along out of Putnam County. Retired Judge O.C. Spalding was found dead earlier this evening. Here is what we can tell you. State police say the longtime judge committed suicide today. His body was found around 5 o'clock tonight after serving 20 years on the bench. In 2011, Judge Spalding made the difficult decision to step down following a diagnosis with ALS or Lou Gehrig's disease. Eyewitness News anchor Elizabeth Noreka is covering this story for us tonight. She joins us now live with more. Elizabeth.
Callie, certainly not the news anyone wanted to hear tonight. Retired Judge O.C. Spalding fought a brave fight with Lou Gehrig's disease.
Coming up on Eyewitness News, bizarre discoveries after finding stolen property.
Yes, I'm married to Jesus Christ.
And the story gets even stranger from there. A school placed on lockdown, a bank held up.
With a school this close by, one of the first priorities is going to be the safety of the children.
The hunt is on right now for an armed robber. And racing against time, where rivers are about to crest and the threat for more flooding.
Showers and storms winding down for tonight, but they'll be back again over the weekend. I'll let you know when and how much we can expect.
West Virginia's source for news. Eyewitness News starts right now.
A community stunned as police hunt for a gunman. Good evening, I'm Stefano DiPietro-Antonio.
And I'm Whitney Wetzel. This is Eyewitness News. First on Fox tonight, a Lincoln County bank robbery leaves a community shocked and an elementary school placed on lockdown for hours today.
And that bank robber still...
West Virginia's source for news. Eyewitness News starts right now.
Paris under attack. Good evening, I'm Rick Lord.
And I'm Whitney Wetzel. This is Eyewitness News.
West Virginia's source for news. Eyewitness News starts right now.
This affects people now, and it will affect many people in the future.
The healthcare battle heating up again in D.C. West Virginians divided over the issue as well. Could a new bill be changing the landscape of healthcare in America?
Suspects using stolen cars and trucks as vehicles for even more crime. The arrests made just tonight and the brazen way police say they're taking these vehicles. Now at 10, 2 homes destroyed and now arson investigation is underway in Huntington tonight following a massive fire we first brought you as breaking news at 6.
Eyewitness News reporter Sean Delancey has been all over this tonight. He's live in Huntington right now with much more on who might have started this fire and how neighbors there are reacting. Sean?
Rick, the Huntington Fire Department says that 2 squatters were living inside of this home and actually had to jump out of the windows to escape the flames that eventually...
Right now.
Tonight's Democratic debate will be wrapping up in just a few minutes. Next on Fox, a look at what the remaining candidates are saying about President Trump.
And a man from Brown County is facing charges after police say he exchanged his wife's medicine to receive sexual favors from her caretaker. But first, here at 10, the family of Frida Gilmore, the woman at the center of a use of force investigation where 2...
Eyewitness News on Fox 11 starts right now.
We begin with a storm alert right out of Nicholas and Clay counties. Danielle Dindak live near the Birch River area where flooding is closing several roads. And Danielle, what can you see and what can you tell us right now?
Eyewitness News this morning on Fox 11 starts right now.
And coming up on Fox 11's Eyewitness News this morning, President Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden are both converging in an important swing state. What the numbers look like there right now. And as COVID-19 cases rise, the hospitals are seeing more patients. We'll hear from experts on whether we're near capacity yet. And good Thursday morning. Thanks for starting your day with us here on Fox 11 Eyewitness News this morning. We have Brandon Stover here in the studio to let us know what we can expect with all this rain we've had this morning. I know it's really made it tough for drivers along I-64 this morning, Brandon.
Other kids in the community.
And the pandemic has caused a shortage in teachers nationwide. How one Charleston College student is stepping in to help just ahead.
Eyewitness News at 6:30 on Fox 11 starts right now.
A 3-year-old boy had to be taken to the hospital this morning after being stuck by a dirty needle on the city's east end. Eyewitness News reporter Leslie Rubin has more on what's being done tonight and how police are trying to find out where that needle came from.
If the state doesn't take care of it, somebody's going to die because of it.
Neighbors on edge, worried more rain is going to make a bad road even worse. Why they say the state won't help.
Plus, COVID-19 hospitalizations on the rise. A look at the numbers and the fear from health officials as we enter the colder months.
And right around 5 o'clock this afternoon, our 11th named storm of the season made landfall in the U.S. That is a record, the 6th hurricane. And it was Hurricane Zeta because, of course, we've been well into the Greek alphabet now.
Family Feud with some local flair. The family from Charleston who got their shot on the game show and what they say it was really like to be on set playing for $20,000. Plus,
we've got to step it up another notch, and we're going to step it up another notch.
The state making a push for more testing, the area on which they are focusing as they try to get a handle on the recent COVID-19 spike.
Well, if you tuned in to Family Feud tonight, you might have seen some familiar faces next to Beckley native Steve Harvey. After the show, Eyewitness News reporter Danielle Dindak spoke with the Charleston family, who says being on the show was one of the greatest experiences of their lives. The race for vaccination hitting some roadblocks.
The sad news is we will not be getting more vaccines in the near future.
The challenge rural communities are now facing as vaccine availability begins to slow.
This guy just pulled up behind me and, started flashing these lights, and this guy pulls over.
Police once again warning residents after reports of someone impersonating an officer.
Eyewitness News at 10 on Fox 11 starts right now.
At noon tonight, a person was killed after being hit by a car on I-79 tonight. That accident happened around 7:30 this evening around the Elkview exit.
Eyewitness News at 6:30 weeknights on Fox 11.